Hello, scholars, and welcome to your EOC review session. We're going to be looking at the exciting Edison passage here. All right, so you should have already completed the passage, taken the quiz, know what you missed, and got right. So now we're just going to go over each question choice and talk about why the correct answer is correct. I will do my best to explain how the state is thinking about these. So if everybody will look at question number 25. On all the passages, make sure you have your literary terms circled and defined anytime that they appear. Now, question number 1. Which detail states where the central idea of the text emerges? All right, the correct answer choice is A. Let's look at that one. It hasn't been easy to design an energy-efficient lighting appliance that computers embrace as warmly as the gadget that Thomas Edison first fashioned. Okay. Now, this first sentence is where you get the main idea of the whole passage. Everybody say passage as a whole. And so if you see theme or central idea or anything like that, you got to think about the whole passage. Now, these other ones are too specific in this case because they're not covering the whole passage. So, for example, Edison's technology so transformed the candlelit world that his light bulb has stood for years as the iconic image of a new idea. That's not what the whole passage is about. The next one, we consumers want a light bulb that looks like a light bulb, says Stephanie Anderson, Director of Communications at Sylvania. And then it talks about Sylvania designing a replacement for the 40-watt bulb. The whole passage is not about Sylvania's design of the light bulb. And then finally, the twisty look of the main energy-saving home bulb now on the market, the CFL. The whole passage is not about the CFL light bulb. You've seen those. So only answer choice A covers the whole passage. All right. So pause the video. Make sure that you have these labeled. I would put beside each of these, put does not cover whole passage, does not cover whole passage, does not cover whole passage, and then underline the first sentence here and put covers whole passage. That's what makes that one correct. Pause the video and get your editing done on that one. All right, number 26. What does the word fashioned mean in paragraph 7? Now, if we look up at paragraph 7, this is a great example of how the EOC works. See how they took a word like fashion, and that's something that we would think of in our modern world as something different than they're using it here. Now it says, as the gadget that Thomas Edison first fashioned 131 years ago in a Menlo Park, New Jersey laboratory with carbonized thread from his wife's sewing kit. Now, here, notice how practical it is. He actually made it in the laboratory with thread and the wife's sewing kit. Now let's look at our answer choices. First of all, are we looking for positive or negative? So above the word fashioned, I want you to put either a plus or a minus. You should have had that in there. In this case, we are looking for positive. Positive. He created something. So what are our negative answer choices? Inhibited and demolished. So those are your two strikes. You can put an X over inhibited and an X over demolished. Okay. Now, how about envisioned and formulated? Envisioned, we know, is all in our minds. Okay, so this is a right tone, wrong word trap. So you should have TR over here, and then right tone. I'm going to abbreviate here because I can't write with this. Wrong word. I know that looks pitiful, but all right. So it's a positive word, but it's not what we want. The correct answer choice is D. That comes the closest to bring into reality. Okay, pause the video. Make sure that you have everything done for question number 26. Two strikes, a right word, a right tone, wrong word trap, and then the correct answer. Okay, number 27. Here we go. Which statement from the text supports the author's claim in paragraph 7? Make sure you have claims circled and defined. Now, that claim is the exact same claim that we've been reading because they tend to use the same passages over and over again. Hasn't been easy to design an energy efficient lighting appliance. Okay, so it's just emphasizing that same idea. So, which statement supports the idea that it has not been easy to design a replacement for Thomas Edison's bulb? And the correct answer choice is A. That's going to be your correct answer choice. Let's look at why. This is an example of why it's been difficult. So it also has to look the same. People don't like the twisty look of the new bulb. So that supports the claim that it's not been easy to replace Thomas and Edison's bulb. Okay. Now, answer choice B has the right tone. A U.S. government survey in 2009 found that only 11% of household sockets have CFLs. But all that's saying is that it doesn't give us a reason why it's been difficult to replace it. It just says again that it is difficult. So it's not supporting it, it's repeating it. It's just saying that people are not using CFLs. It also doesn't bring up the possibility of other replacements. It's not all about CFLs. Okay, so we're going to put this as a right tone trap, but it's still a trap here. Now, C and D are definitely wrong. Those are going to be our strikes because those are positive answer choices. They give hope. They give hope for LED lights. They give hope here. So they would almost argue that that a replacement for Thomas Edison's bulb is very near to being to existing. Okay, number 28. What can be inferred from the sentence below in paragraph 8? Make sure you have inferred, defined to get the meaning when it's not stated. Edison's technology so transformed the candlelit world that his light bulb has stood for years as the iconic image of a new idea. Okay. All right. So first of all, the correct answer is B. So make sure you have that labeled as correct. And fresh and original concept are very closely related to a new idea. So those two things are very closely related. Now, C is the most interesting answer choice. So we're going to put that as a right tone trap. Right tone, wrong word. Again, the light bulb has come to represent hope. Hope is a positive word, like a new idea, but it's not as directly connected to the meaning of new idea as fresh and original concept is. Now, the light bulb has replaced the candle. That's what we're going to call an unrelated truth trap. That's true. It did replace the candle, but that has nothing to do with this statement, okay, about it standing for a new idea. And a light bulb produces a significant amount of energy. I'm going to say a light bulb uses a significant amount of energy. That's going to be your strike right there. So strike the correct answer in two traps. That's pretty typical. All right, pause the video and make sure you have all of those labeled on your paper. Let's see which ones you missed. All right, number 29. What is the effect of the metaphor in paragraph 13? 60 watts is the holy grail of the LED replacement game. So Holy Grail is from Christianity, and it is the cup that Jesus drank out of at the Last Supper. And it symbolizes for 2,000 plus years, people have been searching for the Holy Grail, but they've never found it. So, or at least not that the public knows of. So the correct answer is answer choice B. That's going to be correct. Okay. It signifies the ultimate goal of the energy companies. So that's connected to ultimate goal, the effect of the metaphor. All right, now what's wrong about the other one? It indicates just how far companies will go to win. This has the wrong tone. All right, so we're going to put as a strike. That's pretty negative. This is a very positive statement. It shows what is no longer desirable in the energy industry. I'm going to put that as a second strike because 60 watts is exactly what is desirable. It's the holy grail. It's what everybody's looking for. And then finally, D, it marks the competitive nature of energy-related technology. Now, this is what we're going to call an unrelated truth. Okay, there is a lot of talk about competition to replace Edison's bulb, but that is not connected to this metaphor. So it's true, but not connected to the question. Okay, pause the video and answer things about, or make sure you have 29 filled out. Okay, moving on to answer or question 30. Which detail from the text supports the author's claim that General Electric's high-efficiency LED bulb is an illumination breakthrough? So the key words that we're looking here for is illumination breakthrough. Is that positive or negative? That's going to be positive. All right. And our correct answer is D. Lighting experts tout long-lasting, ultra-low energy light-emitting diodes, LEDs, first seen as indicator lights on appliances, as the remedy for virtually all these issues. Okay, so we have remedy, which is positive, and so that answer choice is going to work. That it's a breakthrough in the sense that it's going to solve all of these problems. Now, what's wrong with the other ones? LEDs are basically chips you can use in your computer and are temperature sensitive. That almost sounds negative. It sounds like a limitation. All right, so we can X that out. Edison's technology so transformed the candlelit world that his light bulb has stood for years as the iconic image of a new idea. Okay, that's going to be a right tone, but has nothing to do with the LED bulb being an illumination breakthrough. Okay, it has to do with symbolizing an idea. So it's positive, but it's just not the right idea. We think consumers want a light bulb that looks like a light bulb. Okay, again, unrelated truth. It's in the passage, but it has nothing to do with being an illumination breakthrough. Okay, pause the video and make sure that you are filled out for question number 30. All right, question 31. For what purpose did the author include information about Edison's candlelit world, crafted with carbonized thread from his wife's sewing kit? Okay, what was the author's purpose? So, author's goal, make sure you have that legible. So, what's the purpose of this information? Why does he mention candlelit world and carbonized thread and wife's sewing kit? All right, the correct answer is C. Okay, to remind the audience that consumers are basic people who prefer simple designs. Does that all check out? Yeah, it's a very simple design made only with carbonized thread from his wife's sewing kit. Let's look at the other answer choices. To remind the audience that customers are frugal people who prefer inexpensive products. Okay, that's actually not true from the article. People are willing to pay more for Edison's bulb because they like it, even though it will cost them more money. Right, so we're going to put a strike over that. To remind the audience that consumers are younger people who prefer modern goods. I don't think that works. That's going to be another strike because it's not limited to younger people. Everybody needs a light bulb. And again, the same thing here, to remind the audience that consumers are older people who prefer new technology. Again, not really true. Everybody wants a light bulb. Okay, pause the video and deal with question number 31. And then we'll talk about question number 32, last one of this passage. How did the author make the connection between Edison's light bulb and the high-efficiency lighting choices available today? All right, the correct answer is B. By contrasting the benefits of innovative lighting technology with the popularity of traditional lighting. All right, does this all check out? Are there benefits of innovating lighting technology? Yes, it's cheaper and more efficient. Is traditional lighting popular? Yes, people can't get away from Edison's bulb. All right, so that all checks out. Now let's look at the other answer choices. By evaluating current experts' solution for most of the problematic issues with the incandescent light bulb. Okay, that is only dealing with the major one here, the high efficiency lighting. All right. And there's really only one problematic issue with the incandescent light bulb, and that's the cost. Okay. So I'm going to say that's a partial truth because it is looking at current expert solutions. The rest of it is not that true right here. Okay, C. By outlining the development of technology that transformed the world's lighting preferences from candles to LEDs. Sorry for that. Over there. Okay, this is going to be your strike because that has not happened yet. The lighting preferences are not there, so that is incorrect. By reporting on Osram, Sylvania, and Phillips' announcement of a breakthrough jet energy technology to keep the LED light bulbs cool. Again, not connected to, that's going to be a partial truth, but that is not connected to Edison's light bulb. Okay. So you've got a strike, two partial truth traps, and the correct answer. All right, there's that one. Hope everybody got 100.